I gotta get the ball rolling. Finding some decent teacher gigs. Yeah, this is Phnom Penh. I'm in a decent part of Phnom Penh. Yeah, man, just kicking it Carl's Jr. style with the old school Sprite from the 2000s. Cool. Fries on deck. I mean, Cambodia's been cool so far. Oh shit. Just about getting good footing. Getting good footing. And just Southeast Asia in general. I mean, things are inexpensive. For the most part, people have a live and let live mentality. I mean, it is the throw. So there is like, pettiness, negativity, and aggression. Just like most of the third world. But I would say, compared to other parts, more peaceful. I would say overall compared to like Latin America. I don't know. Finding adequate work at adequate amount of time. That's the picture. Because tomorrow I need to renew my visa. So it's about just finding good footing in a decent amount of time. I'll give Cambodia this. They don't have criticized a lot. Getting teaching work without a degree, I would say this is probably the only shot to jobs. I mean, you have Myanmar, that communist military dictatorship. You have Laos, which Laos is even in worse shape than Cambodia, and the pay is less. So it's pretty much Cambodia or bust. I mean, you do have Vietnam, but in the big cities, Vietnam is getting tighter. Hey, what's up, Billy Gray? What's up, Billy Gray? Just chilling in old Cambodia, an old sketchy, crazy ass Cambodia. I mean, I can't complain. I've been here for about a month and a half. I mean, it's alright. It's clean. I guess compared to Vietnam, it is rougher. It is pricier. But I guess if you're, working without a degree, Cambodia so far is the best shot. We're finding something, at least some stable. There's a lot of competition, I guess, because, of the threshold being so low. So that's another thing we gotta consider. Yeah, the types here, pretty much. What we get into in Cambodia? There's more upcharging sometimes, more drifting, more Chinese gangster shit. You know, this is Cambodia, so more Chinese gangster shit, especially. Especially towards the border towns. Definitely more Chinese gangster shit. More Chinese gangster shit. More available women. But on the street level, it's rougher. I'm talking about like drug addicts and trannies rough. It is rough on the street level. So I personally wouldn't advise the street level action. Yeah, the smaller towns of Cambodia, I don't know, they're really tight knit. It's kind of like Truman Show vibes, like extremely tight knit. I would say. And you know, the teacher market is slower too. Yeah, Phnom Penh. I mean, there's more opportunities, but rent is higher. Food's higher in general in Cambodia. I don't know, I guess because of the import. I noticed that just throughout Cambodia, food is generally higher. There's a more kind of rough and tumble attitude. Cambodia is like Thailand meets Laos, but with a stronger emphasis on Laos. Yeah, like if Laos was a bit more on the wild side, that's pretty much Cambodia. But with the wildness, there are adventures to get into, stuff to get into. You just got to be more careful. Now, things are kind of similar to how it is in Mexico, where people are like, oh, the Mexican mafia this, the Mexican mafia that. Same thing for the Chinese and stuff. I think as long as you don't get into, as long as you don't get into the underworld, they're not really going to bother you like that. I'll say if anything, they're more organized, more. I mean, there's riffraff everywhere, but you don't see a whole lot of that stuff. You don't get into certain things. I noticed though, Cambodians are kind of nosy. At least the small towns, like they really get into business a lot, which I'm not the biggest fan of. It's just that small town. I don't know. I'm not a small town guy. I don't like that small town. Kind of Cambodian attitude. You know, the cities suit me better, but cities are pricey too. You know. But with more opportunities and more stuff to do, so I guess it's all trade-offs. I could barely find a room last night because I came here at like 12 in the morning, and I could barely find a room to stay in my house. So, one thing that Cambodia is very crowded. A lot of people, especially Phnom Penh, which means that much more competition in the teacher market. That much more competition in the teacher market. Broke this phone, right? So I broke this phone. This was a $70 mistake. So not starting at a good, not starting very good in Cambodia, or not starting very good if you're not paying. But hopefully this is growing pains. I can, find my stride from there. I gotta come up with something quick because tomorrow is when the visa expires. I didn't notice at the time, but they only give you 30 days per pop. They only give you 30 days. I think there is a business visa, which I believe it's like $200 for a year. So you have that option. But just regular tourist visas, that's like $35 a pop, and it's for 30 days. So I kind of got stifled. I had to pay $45 a order, for 30 days. But the visa situation is still 30 days to and fro. So far, there hasn't been any limits on how many times you can use your visas. I guess that's another thing I can't complain about Cambodia. Visa options are a lot more relaxed. Like I said, the small town. I don't know, you gotta be a certain person to really like that vibe. I'm not into, the small town sort of vibe, especially, I don't know, it was just kind of weird. Not much to do, not much action. People are always in your business. The money was slow. It didn't save my ass, I'll give that. I'm just not a small town guy like that. Yeah, currently chilling like a villain with the old school 2000 Sprite, 2005, or 2000, like the old school logo. Gotta come up with something fast. Because I don't want this to be like, Vietnam. Plan is hit up training centers, kind of adjust the budget, because like I said, smashing this phone was a $70 mistake. So I'm gonna have to adjust a bit, but this is a bigger market. It's definitely a bigger market, so starting tomorrow, get the visas, redo the visa and all that shit. Pretty much hit the ground running with training center work, or there's a shitload of schools. I can find something, but it's just finding something in an adequate amount of time. That's the kicker. And keeping the expenses low. That's the kicker. I got hit pretty hard already with, the hotel stay and the broken phone situation. Not the best start, but I'm hoping, just with the opportunities, things like that. But yeah, anywho, enough about that. The street action, like I said, on the street tip, I mean, the girly bars are cool. It's just, I don't know, the atmosphere was rough. The atmosphere was rough last night. I mean, I came like dead in. I came in like, you know what I mean, like 12 o'clock at night. The atmosphere was rough. The girls look a bit rough. I'm talking about even the bar chicks. Um, on the street level, it's terrible. If we're talking like drug addicts and trannies, so you know, on the street level scene is terrible. Would not recommend. Uh, I mean, the only thing that's really popular like that, to be honest, are the Chinese clubs. The Chinese clubs are popular, but they're gonna hit you in the head, though. They're gonna hit you, you know what I mean? They're really gonna hit your pockets, though. I mean, you see my vlogs, you know how the Chinese are. But to have some good fun, it's gonna cost. It's gonna cost. I would say if you're in Phnom Penh looking for some extracurricular activities, I would just over to the Chinese clubs, to be honest. Um, like I said, the girly bars, at least the ones I walked through, like I said, looked a bit rough, looked real rough, looked a bit rough. Like I said, the street scene is terrible. Street scene is terrible. Um, the only thing that look even somewhat good, like I said, are the Chinese clubs. Are the Chinese clubs. It isn't too far from here. There's a strong Chinese influence in Phnom Penh. A strong Chinese influence in Phnom Penh. And I'm at like a makeshift. Chinese hotel currently. I don't know what I'm getting at is. Well, first of all, you know, I look rough, right? I look rather scraggly. So I mean, get a good haircut situation, get a good, you know, cleaned up situation going. Hit up these job markets, these job prospects. Get things rocking and rolling, you know what I mean? New city, new opportunities, new atmosphere. I mean, I do like Phnom Penh, to be honest. Out of all the towns in Cambodia, I like Phnom Penh the most. There's more to do. There's more money flowing. More chicks. Yeah, Phnom Penh is the place to be. It's just the sketch meter, especially after dark. The sketch meter, you know, goes on, it goes up. Definitely goes up. Yeah. Gotta think of some solutions. Gotta think of them fast because you know what I mean. Yeah, it's been the same story. Like I hit a stride, then I get knocked down. I hit a stride, then something happens. I hit a stride. I just want to keep hitting strides, you know. I survived so far. I've been here 3.5 months, so I guess I'm doing something right, but I don't know. I just need to. If I can find something consistent, then get this, you know, get a better phone situation, I'm in the clear. I mean, for now, you know, I'm making it happen. You know what I mean? I'm making it do what it do with what I have. You know what I mean? Which is the best any of us can do. Like I said, currently have my own dig, feeling that. I don't know. I mean, I could also hit up Vietnam. I feel like getting something will be more of a process, you know, just because, you know, they have that excuse of, like, oh, you don't have a degree, oh, you don't have a degree. At least Phnom Penh, you can still teach without a degree. I mean, you can teach in Cambodia. You can teach at a university without a degree, which is pretty crazy. But I guess the thing with Funan Pen is things of that much, compared to Saigon, that much more pricey. We'll see how the night goes. We'll see how the rest of the day goes. Yeah, like I said, I mean, how would I? Okay, so the pros of Cambodia. The pros of Cambodia is visas are easier to operate. You know what I mean? Visas are easier to operate. It's pretty much pay to play. It's pretty much if you have the money, you can pretty much. You can border hop as long as you want. Oh no, this isn't Korea. This is Cambodia, Kampuchea. I'm in Cambodia. I'm not in Korea. I'm currently in Cambodia. But yeah, kind of juggling. Should I stay here or should I go to Vietnam? I'll probably just stay here at least for a few more days and see how that goes. But yeah, I'm currently in Cambodia. See, I guess the pros of Cambodia is, like I said, Phnom Penh. Yeah, the visa situation is $35 per thing. So you get 30 days for $35. You can pay $200 for the year. I think it's like a business visa. You just pay $200 for the year. So with that, that it's out of all the visas in Southeast Asia, I would say Cambodia probably has the easiest. You know what I mean? Just to stay long term. Rent here is a bit pricier. You can get a decent place. Well, I'll compare it, because I've been here for 3 months, so I'm kind of locked in a different mindset. But I mean, if you're in the West, it's pretty cheap. You can get a room for like 200 plus or so. You can get a decent hotel anywhere for 15 to 20 bucks per night. Hostels are even cheaper. Hostels are like anywhere from $2 to $4 a night. Teaching opportunities compared to other places in Southeast Asia, it's they have the door cracked open the most. I guess the downsides, to Cambodia is, like I said, it's a bit rougher. Although I just have to come to terms and accept that with the freedom of Southeast Asia and with the ease of Southeast Asia, right? With the freedom and the ease, you're kind of trading off safety and, quite frankly, civility. So those are the trade-offs you generally make in, Cambodia or just Southeast Asia in general. I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot more sketchy characters in Cambodia just due to the nature of how the visas and everything is. More transient, so that's another thing I have to take into consideration. But, got the phone fixed like that pretty much. Got a job pretty quickly, so I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I'm still, like I said, I'm still kind of juggling. I had something in the works, but I don't know. I just keep running into just dicey, like I know I keep saying dicey situations, but like I dropped this phone and the screen, the LED screen was messed up, which pretty much, and I had like an interview at 10, which that pretty much, put that out of the question. I did message them back. They said they may have something for me still. Fingers crossed. I think my best bet is to hit up a few training centers, print out, a few, what you call it? Print out, a few, resumes and just go about stuff from there. But yeah, gotta get cleaned up, gotta get a haircut, all that good stuff. Because your boy looks a bit rough. Like this country, a bit rough. I guess I'm adapting. No, anywho, that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? Just giving you just the update of what's going on, the situation. Still keeping the momentum strong. For the time being, I'm just gonna have to do like these renegade live streams where I'm posted up somewhere because the phone's still locked. Like I said, that was really one of the main goals, before I got fired from that job, was really to get a phone that I could stream around, more. That was pretty much the main goal, but things happen. I still want to hit that goal, just to get a little something. I'm not asking for much, I'm asking for a little something, just a little job, my own place, and just a means of showcasing, Southeast Asia. That's pretty much it, man. I don't know why things are being difficult or situations are being difficult. It's kind of some bullshit, but I'm making it happen the best way I can, Like I said, been here for 3 months, been in Asia for 3 months. Asia's been a crazy ride. Asia can be a very crazy place, with a lot of crazy characters, but also a lot of fun, a lot of freedom, and just gotta take the good and the bad. With the fun and the freedom, you're trading safety and civility. That's just the nature of Asia, especially Southeast Asia. With that being said, I'm pretty much gonna hit it, can it from there. Just a little quick update. And in better spirits, but took a bit of a hit with this phone. So yeah, probably gonna have to be, hostile bound yet again, which is some bullshit too. But like I said, still making strides. I might post something a bit later, if I'm on like I don't know. I might get into some Chinese action. Just I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how expensive it gets. But anywho, D's POV live on scene, Phnom Penh, Cambodia edition. New and improved phone, like I said, like I said, the $70 hit was a bitch, but could not go a day, without the phone, because it's pretty much operates everything. But anywho, still making strides, still get things in motion, which is the most important part. Still get things in motion, on the rougher tip, on the more, back on the job hunt, the house hunt. Back at it, but making the best out of any situation. That's pretty much the goal. That's pretty much the move. Yeah, man, just enjoying everything one day at a time. So like, comment, subscribe. More live streams to come. I don't know when, but just count on it. More stuff to come. New city, new location, new state of mind. Well, not new state of mind, but just a new environment. Like I said, a bit crazier. The people are a bit wild. Things are a bit more expensive, but At the same time, there are more opportunities. So, gotta look at it like that as well. All right, these POV out for now, but not out for the count. Boom.